be checking the Web3 agent. This one is going to be a deep dive to check all his capabilities, as well as check the new live chat functionality where we can parse dynamically abstract prompts or that could potentially intend into actions or transactions the agent could perform. Let's dive into it. So from last time we showed the agent, like you saw, it could do a lot of interesting things with the 0x command. Now we can still do everything plus some new things we're gonna explain in a bit, as well as have a chat agent that will be able to kind of listen to your prompts and figure out, well, first of all, it can help you navigate the Web3 ecosystem in general. So you can ask him basic or even complex questions about the blockchain, about the industry, about tokens and smart contracts and anything, just kind of help you have easy access to educational content, as well as explain topics that might be hard for newcomers, but even for experienced users to kind of better grasp them and at the same time perform transactions in your behalf. So let's see what it can do. And we're not going to go through the 0x commands, but we're going to test them all through the chat agent to see whether the parsing works and if the commands are executed correctly. So let's start with the agent. It's gonna load. I'm using a Gemini 2 Advanced for this one. You can, I guess, like you can use any back agent. This is trained locally so that it's kind of tailored to understand Web3 matters and blockchain operations and blockchain security and things like that. And it's also has like a very excessive system prompt that explains all its capabilities, how it should format information, how it should trigger transactions and things like that. So let's see. Hey, I'm Hermes, your interactive Web3 companion. How I can help you today? Let's say, hey, Hermes, how you've been? Bro, can you send 10 degen on base to my friend Andro? Oh, what? Can you send 10 degen to Andro? So it's gonna propose a transaction, and it says we're gonna send 10 degen to this wallet, which is Andro's wallet on base chain. Now, if we don't specify the chain, it defaults on base. We have support for Polygon and Ethereum mainnet, and we whitelist essentially all the chains, all the tokens, as well as users. Like in this case, Andro is paired with a public 0x address that I can show you. We take it from Kun. I'm not going to show you my file, but here's an example where this is essentially like an ARPA ID format where we have full name, call name, among other things, and there is a key for a public 0x address. Now, you can whitelist, add as many users as you want, or we can add users through the agent with their wallet keys, and then once you call a username or a user full name, it's gonna go into this list, check for this username, and then check the public 0 address associated with this user and use that. Like in this case, you see, we say, can you send 10 degen to Andro? And it's gonna basically like check Andro's wallet and return this. So if I say yes and confirm this, it's gonna trigger a transaction and says preparing to send 10 degen, blah, 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 confirm. The transaction is sent. Let's ensure that it's the real thing. It's a new transaction, still indexing. It's already green, but let's see. And we see like we sent from this wallet to this. Oh, wait, what? Now this is the contract, and we send it to this wallet, which is Andro's wallet, and the transaction is successful. So it really works. Let's see if it can buy Degen. For example, hey Hermes, can you buy 10 Degen using say ETH, please? Says it's gonna buy 10 Degen using ETH on base chain. Again, if we don't specify the chain, it defaults on base. This is by design. You can do this, you know, you can use Ethereum mainnet as your default chain or whatever. So I say yes, it's gonna prepare the transaction. So we're giving this much of Ether, we're getting 10 Degen, this is the rate currently. Gas, almost zero. And we're gonna pay like, oh, it's literally zero or like below a cent. So we're gonna pay 4 cents for this. Let's confirm. And see what happens. You boot 10 Degen using this ETH at this rate using Uniswap V2 pool. Let's see it on Explorer. Is this correct? Yes, success. What happened here from this? We went to the Degen contract. Oh, it automatically used the wrap Ether to swap it. And we pay very, very little for transaction fee, like way less than a cent, as you see. So it can do the same again for selling tokens. So we can say, hey, could you sell a couple Degen this time, 100 Degen this time? What would you like to sell 100 Degen for? So you see, if there are some variables missing, like in this case, it doesn't know what to sell it for. We can it will ask you. It's not gonna break it or tell you like print a message saying like, hey, this is the format you should have. It's gonna ask you dynamically, and if I answer, say I want to sell this for ETH, then it's gonna prepare the transaction correctly. I say yes. It's gonna wait for confirmation. Oh wait, sell 100 Degen. No, we wanna buy 100 Degen, or no, correctly, we ask it to sell. So let's confirm and see what happens. So this is about 40 cents of Degen just for the test. Taking some time. Token approval. Oh, in this case, you see, if we don't have the token approved, it's gonna pre-approve the token itself, find the best routers, and then perform the transaction. Now, in this case, again, we use the Uniswap 2 pool. Let's see if it's real. Success. And yeah, we gave 100 Degen for 40 cents worth of wrapped Ether. Now, let's see some of the new and more complex, let's say, stuff. Let's say, can you analyze the Degen contract, please? Suggested action is analyze contract, this Degen's contract on base, because we didn't specify. We say yes, it's gonna start analyzing it, give us some metrics about contract in question, in this case Degen, and we will also have the possibility to expand this into like a more thorough security analysis using a couple of APIs like Go Plus, Quick Intel, as well as checking for public audits in case they exist for the given contract. So we get some metrics about the token, a transaction that created it and everything, some trading metrics, transaction related metrics. And would you like to see the security and audit report? Let's say yes and see what it gives us. So it's gonna go and check like for things like, is this contract open source? Is this a proxy contract? Does it have a mint function? Can the owner take back the ownership of the contract and all these things? Whether it has buy and sell taxes, if you cannot sell everything. This is wrong because I think it checks it doesn't consider that the approval. So in this case, you can sell all, but it would require you to approve your tokens before you do this, which means it's also not a honeypot. Like, not perfect, but it does. Essentially, the idea is it performs like a security analysis, gives you some contract-related information so that you basically have better decision making. Now we get a 404 here. This is because we don't get connected to the Quick Intel API, I believe. Plus, no public contracts found. Like, we're not checking every auditor at the moment. Like, I'm checking auditing firm from a friend, but with this, like, not all of them have APIs, to be honest. So you have to kind of web scrap whatever they have public, and then be able to read these PDFs essentially. Now this is very good. Let's go to monitor, let's say the Digen contract. Can you please monitor the contract? And in this time, at this time, I'm not gonna specify the Digen contract just to see the logic of the agent. Does it remember that we're dealing with the Digen contract in at the moment? No, it doesn't. Let's see if it can get it. The same. No live monitoring, just simple monitor for all. Takes some time, but it figured it out. So it says proposed action, monitor this contract on base with tracking all available metrics. Let's see. Is it gonna work? I'm hitting yes. And yes, it's gonna return some information about the Digen contract in this case, liquidity reserves, 24-hour trading volume, as well as token fees. We have no fees, that's good. And we can also check the history. Can you check the history for the contract for the last 7 days? Historical database for Digen contract on base, metric volume for 7 days. But why volume? Well, let's say yes. It's gonna give us some metrics based on the times we call this function. We can ask, can you check it for 7 days? But all metrics. History. Oh, okay. Can you provide history for Digen contract last 7 days? Say both. Okay. Let's set transactions. So proposing action to monitor the contract in the last 7 days for transactions. Again, this is going to be the history based on our monitoring commands. So every time you monitor, we get a snapshot, save it in a local SQL database, and then you can check all this. Let's see how it works actually directly with a command, because I think it's a little bit different. Monitor or this base. And then we're gonna do the same for history. 0x history, this base, and it's gonna give us like a little bit of everything. Volumes, reserves. It still understood exactly what we want to do. We can do this in any different way. Like in the past, we already found a hit. So in the past, you had to be very, very specific and provide, if the system wanted this format, you have to specifically write it in this format. But now, with abstract parsing and this dynamic kind of understanding of user prompts and intents, you can literally just talk to it and it's gonna figure out what you wanna do and actually do it. So it's monitoring. This one is set for 30-second interval. So every 30 seconds it's gonna check for transactions. If nothing is found, it's gonna continue. Found another one. Yeah, somebody put 2.9 million Degen for 11K. Really nice. 2 transactions above 1K, so and gives us like reports. So total value 23.3K since we started monitoring, or for this 30-second interval. Now in this block we see a lot. Already got 2 hits, 3, 4, and it goes on. So this is kind of like the new stuff for the Web3 agent. 6 transactions above 1K total of... do you want to stop? Yes. So yeah, this is it. Like it also has a new function where it checks Twitter. You can say, for example, 0x Twitter Degen, and it's gonna check the last 100 tweets mentioning Degen or Degen token, and it's gonna try to figure out the sentiment and then compare the sentiment with the current price, if there is any correlation. For example, if people are shitting on Degen or really hyped about Degen, is this kind of affecting the price at the moment or is unrelated, and gives you like some correlation metrics. Now, this is not perfect. It still has some bugs. I'm working on this. And you also need like a paid Twitter API. I think it's like 200 USD per month. With the new like version 2 APIs they have. Basically, there is not much you can do with the free version. There are alternatives, or you could, web scrub things always, but it's not the most ideal path. So I'm waiting like to get my new V2 Twitter API set up, and then also finalize exactly the correlation metrics, as well as give it, right now it just checks 24 hours, but I want to give it like the ability to check the entire week, the entire month, so that it kind of has a better idea of the correlation, like is this news actually impacting the price throughout the week or throughout the month, etc. That was it. I hope you actually liked it. There's much more to come, but here's an interesting preview of what the Web3 agent can do so far. If you wanna see more updates like this, like either, I don't know, subscribe to this YouTube. I'm not uploading very often, but I also have a Telegram group. It's called something like this, I think. refile, which is basically, well, you can join this Telegram group where I post a lot of updates and also more insights into how I'm making these things, what's the logic behind them, and not just like the results. Thanks for watching. Catch you in a bit.